Hi everyone, welcome back to another session today about how we are going to deploy the whole stuff into GitHub Pages, deploying into GitHub Pages, creating a static site. So we have got Lakshya here, and Lakshya, go ahead and yeah. Um,
Hi
so what?
everyone, I'm Lakshya, and like most of you, I'm a beginner in the tech industry. And one thing I feel about our tech industry is that the beauty of it is that anybody from any background, no matter what they've been doing in the past, what kind of background they hold, they can come here, they can learn to code, and they can be a part of our industry. Maybe not even learn to code and still contribute to our tech world.
I'm sorry,
So
I need to tell you one more thing. I know a person who is an excellent full stack developer who was a cook before. Not me, but there was one more person in Cornwall when I
yes,
was
there
working.
are a lot of such great stories around this. And a person who shares a similar thought, Praveen Kumar, is with us. And he's going to take a session for HackStack 22, which is okay. I'll let him take over the session from here. So, Praveen, it's all yours.
Thanks a lot, Lakshya. So stay on the video as well because you are the
Yeah,
main
yeah.
person who brought me in. So, hey everyone, my name is Praveen. I'm originally from Chennai, India, currently living and working in one of the top US based investment banking firms in London. And I have been a full stack JavaScript specialist specializing on React and Node.js. So today, without any of, so for those people who don't know already, so check out my previous stream on full stack web application development. How can you get into that? And that would be really awesome, which happened a couple of minutes ago today. And actually, I streamed it couple of minutes ago today. And coming to the real stuff today, we will be doing a complete practical website. We are going to launch it in what do you call this GitHub in our GitHub thing, and using GitHub Pages. So this is what we are going to do. We are also going to work with custom domains and how we are doing all these things using a web-based editor as well as using our local mission. So these are a couple of things that we will be working on. And are you all excited? How many hackers are here?
Okay, I am very excited.
Nice. Yes. And yeah, the London climate is extremely hot right now. And if I say that in India, they are going to kill me because yes, obviously. Okay, coming back to what we are doing. So we need to do first is to get a GitHub account, which is very easy to get. So I'll go through the process of that as well in a bit. And let me also share my screen. I hope everyone is able to see the screen. So some confirmation from the YouTube side of things, please. So by the way, this is my website. So it looks like this. So I'm a cat lover. I'm a cook. I'm a full stack developer. Like I said, I'm not a real cook, but I do cook food for my living because I'm a vegetarian and I'm stuck in the UK. So there is a big picture of me, and there are like multiple roles that I am doing, and I've got all these links for the social network, and I do have my YouTube channel as well, which is where you are looking at. And this is a quick introduction about myself, and all the things that I need are put here, except those things that are not needed. For example, my birth year is not relevant for my professional stuff. And coming to the experience right now, I believe a lot of hackers, you do not have any experience. So that's completely fine. Fill up with your projects. And then coming to the education part, you know what I did? I just copied everything from my brochure or the university brochure and stuff. And here are a couple of things that I wrote. All these numbers are like outdated. I have got a lot more than what I have written here. And coming to the portfolio section, this is one of the most important parts that I used to say, everyone. So make sure you put things in your social network once you do something. For example, this particular application I did like 12 years ago. This is something which I did 11 years ago. And this is something which I did like 10 years ago. And people who are looking to hire me can actually compare this with whatever I have done a couple of years ago. Like you can see how I have improved over time. So this is same with you as well. So try to create something. And second thing is about blogging. So I would ask almost all these students or hackers to write your own blog. So what you need to write, you might have learned something new. You might want to tell the world something. So try to compile those things and try to write something on it. If you learn a crazy concept which is very hard to explain, try explaining it to a 5-year-old kid or your grandma or grandpa. That is the way you will say that you are expert in that subject. Or let's say you found a problem, you have got this exact solution that you want to work, and you don't have you have these approaches that you look for, and then finally this is the solution you have got. This is also a good way to start writing a blog. And this is what people talk behind my back, and this is how you can talk behind my back. So that's about my website. And coming to my development environment, if you just type in Praveen Dev Environment on Google, you will be able to find this my personal development environment, and this has got literally everything. Predominantly I keep using Google Chrome irrespective of its flaws, and I've got a couple of Google Chrome extensions. I use Zoom a lot for almost all my live streams and talking to my friends, family, etc. Git. So Lakshya, would you like to time travel?
Yeah, sure.
So Git is one thing which helps me at least to time travel by code. So I explained all these things in my previous live streams. Go check it out. And OmyZSH is one of the best terminal replacement tools. And then we have got all the other software. Let's concentrate on one thing, which is VS Code. VS Code is one of the go-to editors for most of these things that I do. So whether it is LAMP stack development or React.js development using MERN stack, I'm going to go with VS Code. VS Code is one of the best power-packed, full stuff packed application. And coming to other things, in case if you are using Windows, there are like a couple of things as well. So there are like loads and loads of things that I have got here. So let's directly jump into Git and GitHub. So the first thing that you do is get a GitHub profile. Okay. So here's my profile. Sorry, here's the GitHub webpage. And all you need to do is get an email address and start working with it. And here's my GitHub profile. And this is the place where I host all these repositories and the other things. So let's start initially with creating the GitHub repository. Obviously, if you want to use GitHub Pages, you need to use GitHub repository, right? So let's go ahead and create a new repository, which is going to be public. And I'm going to put it as, what I should be putting it. HackStack, full stack, HackStack, full stack. Okay, HackStack GitHub Pages. So HackStack GH Pages as the repository name, and I'm going to make this repository as part of Praveen's YouTube channel, YouTube live stream. We created a GitHub Pages deployment, and I'm going to make sure that this is very interesting and also it is quick, because it is very easy and quick to learn and then to work with this one as well. So use it as a reference for in case if you are working with a different number of repositories and different number of websites. By the way, the good parts are you get free SSL, you get custom domain names and whatnot. A lot of things are available with GitHub Pages. So coming to how to set up things. So we'll start with an empty repository and then we are going to create a new file. Okay, so far, any questions or anything? What do you think, Lakshya?
I think
is everything clear from
now? It's clear. It's very clear till now.
Don't worry, it is not going to go very advanced or something like that, but you will be able to achieve something really cool. At the same time, it is going to be beginner friendly. All right. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a new file here. So creating a new file, you can use the web interface and try to put an index.html here and then start with hello, I am Lakshya, something like this. And then we can also do something like created a basic index page and then press enter. So once you do this, you start with this particular stuff here. So you got this page. The thing is, with respect to GitHub repositories, it is similar to your Google Drive for public. So you can either use it as public repository or a private repository. Once you have this index page created here, you can directly go to the settings. Actually, this whole live stream is meant to be like 1 hour, but I guess we are almost done with the whole thing. Like these are the steps that you need to do. And all you need to do is go to this pages option here. And once you click on the pages, you will be able to see this GitHub Pages. GitHub Pages is designed to host your personal, organizational, project pages for GitHub repository. So everything, like there is you can use it for your commercial purpose or anything. And I'm going to do main branch, and then I'm going to click on save. Once I click on save, you would be able to see that you won't be able to see anything here. So it says that your site is ready to be published at this particular website. So I'm going to refresh this page, and it's going to go to this code. If I go to this code, you will be able to see this orange blob here. And if I click on this details, you would be able to see that there is a build process that's happening. So it has set up the job. All these things are free, and all these things are done by GitHub themselves. And it's almost complete with the job. Then it cleans up all the process. It's going to report the status to GitHub. That is fine. We don't care about it. Then the main thing that we want is the deploy part. We are not doing anything at all in this case. Okay. We are just looking at what is happening here after we set a couple of settings up. That's all. And once we do this, it's gonna check all these things. So it already says it succeeded. So it's actually not updated. So if you see this, the complete job is done. And then it is also evaluating and setting the environment URL. And if we open this in our browser, we can see, hello, I'm Lakshya. It is as simple as this.
That was really simple.
This is exactly how you would be doing a GitHub page and GitHub website. So coming to other stuff, there are like a couple of things that I can teach now. Like since we have got a lot of time and not many people are viewing here, Lakshya, it's all yours. Like you tell me what all things that you want to do here. Okay, fine. You tell me. Do you want to see some magic here at this point?
Yeah, sure. I'm up for magic.
So I'm just doing one thing. I'm just pressing the dot button and then leaving it here. So once I press the dot button, I would be able to see this particular screen opening up. It says github.dev, and it's actually opening a VS Code instance in my page.
That's pretty cool. Like I never knew we could do this.
Yes, now all of them know about this one. So I'm just going to quickly check the YouTube comments if we have got anything. Yeah, nothing much. People, please be interactive. And coming back to what we are working on or something like this, let's try creating a simple basic website using this index.html. We have got like, hello, I'm Lakshya. That's all is there. So first thing is the basic stuff we want is a proper HTML page.
HTML format.
Yes, this is the HTML format, and I'm going to put the spaces as indent using spaces and 2 as the indentation thing. And if I do format document, it's going to beautifully, actually, this is not the format I'm looking for. I believe I have got the extensions as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install Prettier. So this is the Prettier code formatter, and I'm also going to install ESLint. Oh, weird. This is not available for the web. Okay, that's fine. It's bad. So we have got our Prettier code formatter installed. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do format document. It will say there are multiple formatters available. I'm going to use Prettier code formatter, and boom, it looks better than the original formatter which we had. And now with this being done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with, let's say, Lakshya. And here, I'm always fond of using Bootstrap. So what we are going to do is we'll get the Bootstrap as well. You can get the Bootstrap code from getbootstrap.com. The library can be accessed from this. I'm going to use the old version of Bootstrap or maybe newer version. That's completely fine, up to you. So I'm going to use the old version, and let's add this link and then pressing this one. Oh, wait, we already have got this one done. Now, the next thing that we want is we can also do some settings here. So like, for example, when you format on paste and format on save, these two things are going to help you on a lot of things. And at the same time, there is also this file menu. I don't want to use the auto save, so I can actually work with start working on something like that. So before that, I want to also get a nice nav bar. So let's start with a simple nav bar here. So we have got a nav bar here. Let's go with something simple. Let's start with creating the website of this particular thing, right? So we will use HackStack as the title. And then if I put HackStack, the same thing, an awesome hackathon or something like that, and save it. Who want a, okay, so Lakshya, do you want a dark mode or you want a light mode?
I would prefer a dark mode.
You prefer a dark mode. Okay, I guess everyone prefers a dark mode. So we just select these two light and make them dark and save it. And then just that's it. I have done. On the left side, you will see there is a GitHub link here. And then it says there is one change. And if you click on this, you will be able to see that this is the change that has been done. So what we are going to do is, what did we do here? Added bootstrap based landing page. Try to give your commit messages in a detailed way. So starting with added bootstrap library. And before that, even that, we also added something else. Gave a basic HTML5 skeleton. We added a bootstrap library. What else did we do here? We also added a, sorry?
We added a nav bar, right? Yeah.
Oh, yes. Added a nav bar, dark nav bar. Right. These are the three things that we did, and we will commit this one. You can either do Control Enter or you can press the tick button, and then you should have this one committed here. So if you go to this particular GitHub Pages, you can see that there is a tick bar for the basic index page. If you refresh this page, you could see there is an orange thing and it says added bootstrap based landing page. And if you click on this one, go to the details, see that the build is happening with Jekyll and other things. So it's doing the post checkout, and in the deploy part, it is starting the job. Let's keep refreshing this one. Job is about to start on GitHub Actions 2. Okay. So let's wait for this to get completed. It's completed. So once it is completed, we can see that it is the same page. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try refreshing this page now, and boom, you have got this. So this is one easiest way to like launch the GitHub Pages. And I believe a lot of people will be not happy with this domain name which it created. So you have an option to even create your own domain names. For example, if you already own a domain name, for example, I'm owning Praveen.science here, right? So something like this, in case if you want to host your own domain name, make sure you have your DNS settings here. And I'm going to show you with what DNS settings that you will be using. So for that, I will be using Cloudflare. Cloudflare is a software, or Cloudflare is a service that I use to connect the DNS and all these things. So I go ahead and start logging in. I don't want to show the login screen here. So I'm going to pause it here and let me log in here. So how many of you like Jigglypuff? So this is something which I wanted to show you all. This is a Jigglypuff development server, which I named it for jig.win website. And let's use this domain to create Jigglypuff based stuff. So what I'm going to do is I go to the particular domain name, and here it is going to show me a lot of options in Cloudflare. I'm mainly concerned about the DNS option. In the DNS, I'm going to add certain DNS data. So for example, I need to add a couple of records. One of the main records that I will be adding is a CNAME record. It's called as a canonical name record, and I'm going to use HackStack for that. And it's going to say hackstack.jig.win is an alias. It's an alias of the target. So our target is going to be the GitHub Pages. For that, you would be using something called as domain.github.io. So when it comes as CNAME records mimic the same action as another website. So that's the reason we are putting another domain name. Whereas if you put A or AAAA, you need to enter an IPv4 address like 127.0.0.1 or an IPv6 address which has its own name. So I'm going to click on save here. So once I click on save, I will be able to use this as the domain name. Now I also need to use the www version. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an add record and then use cname again and then use www dot this and I use domain.github.io. The reason why I'm using Cloudflare is it is amazingly fast with DNS resolution and other things. And I've got like HackStack and HackStack.jig.vns with this one. So what I'm going to do now is go to the settings and in the pages, I can directly go ahead and put hackstack.jig.ven. It could be hackstack.praveen.science or it could be hackstack.com or anything like that. So a domain name, a fully qualified domain name is what is it expecting here. And it says custom domain hackstack.jig.ven save. So if you go to the code, you could see that there is one more file added. It is called as cname. Cname means canonical name. And then if you click on this one, you have got some checks haven't been completed. So the build process starts once again. So it is going on building. And if we wait for a couple of minutes, it's going to set up everything for a new website, right? So that's what it is actually happening. And the subsequent build process will be very quick. So we are in the deploy process right now. It is starting and most probably it should be completed by now. So far, any questions? Anyone? Lakshya, do you have any questions? Please hit the like button if you like it. And now it has completed. So if you open this hackstack.jig.ven here, boom, I guess we have got it. We are done. So this way you can also add a custom domain and host it here. So that's something which I wanted to tell here. And apart from this, adding a Google font and updating these things, maybe we can do it quickly here. So I'm going to go to fonts.google.com and then type in, we'll go with Open Sans or Montserrat. So I'll just go with Open Sans for now. And I'm going to use the light font. It is going to be just one single, what do you call this? One single page and one single part of this. So I'm just going to leave it like this. So always add the fonts in the first, and then you want to add a style sheet as well. So for that also we can add a small file here. So style.css or maybe css/style.css. It is going to create the paths for you. And now I'm going to do star font family, Open Sans serif. And then we can give font weight as 300 because that is what we added. I'm gonna be a bit specific with this guy, Bootstrap. So I'm gonna use body input select button text area. All these things I wanted. So this is a basic thing that you would do, and you need to also link the style sheet with this. So our style sheet you need to link at the last. So we can put css/style.css. And now what we can do is added Google Fonts, added a custom style sheet to use Google Fonts and imported Open Sans from Google Fonts. So these are two things that we added here. Okay, so these are the things that we need to. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is that's great. Now we are screwed. At some points, it's gonna say it needs to push and pull and etc. So make sure you do all these things and then commit it. So once you do this, you would be able to see that this has been committed as well. So if you open the GH pages in GitHub, so it's gonna have this one. So there are 4 commits. Yeah, we created the CNAME, we added this Bootstrap landing page. Now we added this Google Fonts as well, which is now working on progress. Once we have done all these things, we would also like to do one more thing. This navbar needs to be centered. So justify content center and just aligned the heading into center. Now we have done all these things. It is still building stuff. So if you go to the 5 commits, this one has not yet finished building, but you have already added this one. So this will be added to a queue, and then now it started working. So if you go back to our application, the one which we worked, now if you refresh this one, you can see that this is working. The new font is working, but it is not centered yet. Now, if you refresh this one, it just takes only 1 minute to completely complete the whole thing. So just let's wait for a minute or two, and then you would be able to see this. It started the deployment process now. So it is waiting for the runner to come online. So in a few minutes or few seconds, something will, this starts working. And if we refresh this one, it's deploying to the GitHub pages. The deployment part has started. And in a few seconds, it's deployed as well. So complete job is done. And if we refresh this page, boom, there you go. So you have the HTTPS here, and you have got a complete website. It's available. Everything is available here. So it's a very quick webinar for people who are right now hacking in the community, because mindful of the time, I need to also make sure that completing everything in a short and sweet thing is very important. So we are open for questions. How was the thing? Like, I thought we will be doing it in a quick and dirty way, and we did that. We did it within like 25 minutes. We created a domain name. We created a hosting thing. We connected Git with GitHub, and we also explored what Jigglypuff developer server is. And
I actually used to believe that the process of deployment and hosting is very long and tedious, but and during a hackathon it becomes very crucial to save this important time while you're making project and you're working with other stuff. Deployment might take time which you want to invest in other things. So this might be helpful when you're short on time.
It's about time management, and when we are able to do something very quick and in a simple way, that is what matters a lot more than anything.
Yeah, the best part was the simplicity of the thing. Like, it was so easy to use. It was so like with a push of a few buttons, we had a complete thing ready for us. Very informative session. I've learned a lot of new things here, and I'm sure the viewers also have.
Awesome. That's nice to know. And any other questions, or are we done?
Let's see if the viewers have.
And thanks a lot for those people who have come. Yeah.
Just can wait for the viewers for some questions, or then we can wrap up the session.
Until then, if you have got any questions, I'm open to questions as well. And if not, we can tell everyone bye and all the best with their hackathon and hacks. Any questions, folks? Okay, I'll answer all the questions in chat. So feel free to bring them on the YouTube live chat, and I'll be there to answer all these things. All right. Okay, we have waited enough time. So thank you so much, Lakshya, for organizing it and being with me here. And I hope is this your first time live streaming, or like, have you done it already?
I've learned a few things in the HackStack 22. It was really fun interacting with you and being on this live stream. Thank you very much, Praveen. This was a very quick and sweet session for all the hackers out.
And one more thing, before I go, always I used to say the same thing. So stay safe, stay home, and concentrate on your hacks. Even now, I'm using a Hack 24 thing, and I'm also a part of Hackathon right now. And all the best, do well, and see you. Stay safe.